back to Live at the Roxy on this Wednesday. It's hump day, motherfuckers. Who's getting humped today? Speaking of hump day, apparently a lot of people give a shit who I am or who I am not humping or who you are not humping. One of the things I want to talk about on this show today, as strange of a topic as it seems, is are you cool with humping somebody from a different political party? And also, why do people really give a fuck who anybody's having sex with other than themselves? A lot to break down in this topic today, in this category today, in this sexy sex time today here live at the Roxy. Also, some other stuff going on in the world. That Colin Kaepernick show, I believe it's called Colin in Black and White, is adding some cast members that I'm really excited about. So we can break that down and kind of talk about the show in general. Also, there were some big advancements in COVID testing that came through last night that I really want to discuss on the show as well. And of course, questions, comments, concerns from you guys, plus whatever you're saying in the Streamlabs and the super chat. And as always, Brett Hankinson, Miles Cosgrove, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor, all three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Who knew I had to add those asterisks that if we were going to arrest them, that it should be actually for murdering Breonna Taylor and not for the shots that missed her. Continuing to say that on the show for as long as we have to. Oh yeah, and also words that you never thought you would hear from me on the show. I agree with Logan Paul about something. What? This whole Harry Styles situation is so insane to me. Him being on the cover of Vogue and Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro taking shots at him and everything that's taken place there. And I want to talk about that, but more so about the fact that, if Logan Paul is against you and he doesn't agree with you, Candace and Ben, like, come on, you've gone way too far, way too far. Speaking of too far, you know what's not gone far enough? The amount of times that Winston Marshall's been on this show. He's welcome every single time, but he's here right now in the chat. Swaggy Blurred says, depends, lower taxes, sure. Okay with kids in cages, not okay. Totally. So this is in regards to who you're willing to have sex with. And I think it's a very fair thing to talk about. Now, I'll tell you guys a little backstory about how this came to be and why this is the topic of my show today, because I wasn't expecting this to be as controversial as a thing as it actually ended up being when I posted it on social media. So about a month and a half ago, I shot a few episodes of a show called Sexology with a girl named Shan, who is seriously one of the most talented people I've seen in real life. Like, her hosting abilities, she's so spot on. She was incredible. But anyway, I shot Sexology and I shot maybe 6 episodes of the show. I think only 2 of them aired because it's a Quibi show. And so I shot them mere weeks before Quibi was canceled. Saw 2 of them went up. At that point, I couldn't even get a Quibi account. So long story short, one of you guys, or several of you guys, sent me your Quibi login information. So I just kept trying them until finally I was able to log into one of them. So thank you to the rock stars. And then Steph Sabra came over, and because you're not allowed to screen record anything on Quibi, which is one of the reasons they actually believe the app failed, and we recorded my screen using her camera against my camera. So I got the footage from the show. Again, it's called Sexology because it's a show about sex. The episodes that I was on, they only aired 2 of them that I was on, and they were both about politics when it comes to sex. Now, keep in mind, we're shooting for a half an hour and you're seeing 4 minutes of content, and then I'm editing. I cut that to 35 seconds of content for my social media. So you're not hearing the entire conversation. But one of the things that I said was that I would not date somebody. And again, remember, this is taped prior to the vote. This is a month before we're going into the voting polls. I said that I absolutely would not have sex with somebody who was voting for Donald Trump. That's what I said. Now, we weren't supposed to be talking necessarily about Trump. We were talking more about Democrats, Republicans, and what they believe. But the lead up to that was me saying that if you don't believe in a woman's right to choose, then you don't believe that I have decision-making ability over my own body. And I'm going to post that clip at some point as well. And therefore, I don't want you inside me. And there's this other guy on the show who goes very aggressively on the other side, saying that his girlfriend and him, he's a Republican, she's a Democrat, and they get along great. And they have taught each other the different perspectives and whatnot. And that's great for them. But for me personally, which I'm allowed to make this decision because it's my vagina, I don't want anybody entering me who does not believe that Black Lives Matter, who does not believe that queer people have the right to have all the rights that non-queer people have, who doesn't believe in a woman's right to choose. There are certain things that are absolute deal breakers for me, and they're not just deal breakers in dating, they're deal breakers with sex. Now, what I will say about sex to me is completely different for every person, and it's different for men than it is for women. I find it to be an exchange of energy, and I've talked about a lot with my female friends. You're literally, if you're having heterosexual sex with somebody and you are a woman, you are literally letting somebody inside you. You are taking on their energy. It is coming into you. So I don't want to have sex with anybody who doesn't align with me politically. Does that mean that we can't have different stances on stem cell research slightly? No. Does that mean that we can't have slightly different stances on tax reform or how we should go about changing our healthcare policy or what we should do about global warming? Those are there's a little more gray area there. Although if you're like a flat earther, then fuck no. But to me, I get to choose who I want to have sex with. So all I did was post a clip that was me talking on the show saying that for me, a long-term relationship or sex is not going to work. I'm not going to be able to even come. Nothing's going to come of it if I'm with a guy that's a Republican right now, especially right now during this time. Somebody who identifies as a Republican who's voting for Trump, I'm not having sex with you. And people ripped on me in the comments. Some people agreed with me, but a lot of people said, this is an ignorant statement to make. How dare you? This is the problem with your country. I mean, let me actually read some of these things that were really, truly bizarre, like things that I was just not expecting. And then I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. I'm looking in the chat. It does seem like you guys are kind of split in here as well. Obviously a little more towards my side, but you are rock stars, so I could only expect that. So let me see. Some of the people responded to my video. And I started commenting back to people too, because I was like, what the fuck? All right. Let's see. Maybe some of them deleted it too, but all right. Okay. Rusty Spoon says, you're getting too political, Roxy. I followed you because you're hot and you're into movies and geek stuff. To which I responded saying, laugh my ass off. So you mean I'm supposed to act how you want me to act because that's why you followed me? Newsflash, I'm a real person who's allowed to use my platform however I want. And then they wrote back and said, I see. Sorry, I discovered you from those Collider podcasts on YouTube. Thought you were a celebrity and that was your thing. Didn't realize you're just a regular person. I'll unfollow. Sorry to waste your time. What? Just the whole thing was like, what the fuck is this person even talking about? Why are you so upset? And like, are you upset because you just realized that I said I wasn't going to ever fuck you? Is that what happened? That you're a Trumper and then I said I'm not going to have sex with you, so then you turned on me? In what world do I build my own platform and do I work 100-hour weeks and then you get to decide that I'm not allowed to speak about certain things on my platform? Absolutely, it's your prerogative to unfollow me. But the audacity to say that I'm getting too political on my own platform. This isn't me on somebody else's platform. This is me on my own Instagram. On my own Instagram posting this. What? Just fucking insane. Somebody else wrote, love you, girl, but this is quite ignorant. I don't know why it's ignorant to say who I will and will not have sex with. That's so strange. It's so strange to me that because I said that I don't want to have sex with somebody who's conservative, that I'm ignorant. Ignorant seems like the wrong word. Somebody else says, this is some pretty ignorant shit. Another person says, Roxy, are you serious? You wouldn't date or sleep with anyone who didn't share the same political views as you? Your man is spot on. Talk about why you disagree on particular issues and learn to agree to disagree. You can't live in an echo chamber because even couples who agree on 99% of issues spend the vast majority of their time arguing over 1%. Longitudinal and cross-sectional studies have proven this. I'd rather be hated for being me than be loved for being someone else's simp. Doesn't even make sense. And people say that doesn't even make sense. That the comment doesn't even make sense. It's hard for me to even break down something that doesn't make sense. Somebody else says, this is the dumbest, ignorant, most closed-minded thing I've ever heard. Things she loves include censorship, fact checkers, and new Star Wars trilogy. Laugh, laugh. Why is this the dumbest, ignorant thing? It's just my opinion on. It's just who I'm gonna have sex with. And who is anybody else to tell me who I am going to have sex with? This person says, You are a sad person if you can't accept someone and care for someone who doesn't agree with you. Absolutely disgusting, reprehensible, and everything wrong with today. Pause on this comment. I in no way said I cannot accept someone or care for somebody who doesn't disagree with me. I said I don't want to have sex with somebody who is a Republican during this time. Those are such different things. To call me absolutely disgusting, reprehensible, and everything, all caps, wrong with today. What? This was like mind-blowing to me. And then I looked on Twitter and it seems split over there too. Some people thought my take was such a hot take. I didn't even know this was a hot take. I legitimately, all I was saying was, I don't want somebody inside me who doesn't believe that I have the right to choose over my own body. I feel like that's like a totally legitimate, normal thing to say. I feel like that's so fair. I feel like no matter what I say after, I don't want to have sex with, whatever the rest of that sentence is legitimate because it's me and my body. And this is why people, and by the way, all of those people are men, every single fucking one of them. And this is why people really don't believe in a woman's right to choose. Because if people think that they should be able to tell me who I have sex with, then of course they think they should be able to tell me that I can't take birth control or have an abortion or choose what happens with my reproductive system and body. Of course they think that because they believe that they, for some reason, they should be able to tell me who I want to fuck. What? Just mind-blowing to me with this situation. So anyway, that is my personal opinion on the situation. Not even just opinion. That is my choice. That is what I want to do with the situation. Curious to hear from you guys about this. How do you feel? What do you want to do? Do you feel fine having sex with somebody that is of a different political party? Is it more for you that you could have sex with them, but you couldn't date them? Is because you guys know I don't have casual sex. So anybody I have sex with is somebody I'm going to be in a relationship with. I don't have one night stands. I'm almost 30 years old. I'm not interested in that bullshit anymore. So for me, if I'm going to sleep with somebody, it's going to be somebody I have feelings for. Going into the super chat, Spidey Sensei 72 said, how'd you manage to get the footage from Sham Boodrum? And will this lead to any more future gigs for you? You seem to work well in this format. Well, I think that they really liked me, but Quibi shut down. So I don't think this is going to lead to any more future gigs. I managed to get the footage because I said like Steph Sabra came over and legit helped me tape it. It was the most bootleg shit I've ever seen, but I really wanted the footage because I want to add it to my reel this year. I've got this. I've got the Zachary Levi interview. I've got stuff with Jericho and Kevin Smith. And I just always like to update my reel. So I really wanted to have this in a different format. And to be honest, they paid like dirt. So one of the only reasons I did it was because I was like, oh, this will be a great experience and I'll be able to use this. So I'm kind of excited about the fact that I even have that footage, regardless of the fact that people are ripping me to shreds about who I will or will not have sex with. Oh boy. Yeah, that's right. You heard me say it. Oh boy. That's how I felt reading all that this morning and last night. I was just like, what the fuck with people? What the actual fuck with people? It's truly bizarro. All right, let's go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. What is going on in here today? All right, we got a lot that happened that took place between yesterday and today. Kyle Grandinetti at 3 a.m. said, LD is such an awesome part of the show. She's like a secondary plot line of each episode, and I love it. I do too, LD. You're the shit. Hopefully you make an appearance during today's show. We root for you so hard. Chris Martinez in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, Roxy, I dreamt that Star and I got arrested for driving a stolen vehicle. And I was like, what the fuck? This is literally my car. For our one phone call, we called you. You came down to the station and made them let us out. Anyway, thank you for saving us. You're a real one. Chris Martinez, I got you and Star all day or a day. I love that. I would so pick up that call and come down to the station for sure. Everybody, all my friends always say that I'm their one phone call because like I'm not letting anybody sit there. I'll figure it the fuck out. Ryan White says, congratulations to Steph Sabra, who will be becoming a part of the SEN Live group. Looking forward to Pictionary tonight on the World Girls. Yeah, this one's super legit. So this is the best thing about having a best friend who is the best. She is just so easy to root for and love and push for, and she gives it back as hard as I give it to her. So like, Steph booked me the Quibi show, the Shan show. they had reached out to her about something. You guys know Steph is kind of less comfortable talking about sex on air. And she was like, I don't think I'm a good fit for this part of it, but you know who is? My friend Roxy. Let me give you guys her information. And they called me and then I booked it, which was like fucking awesome of her. And Steph helped me with the Facebook thing. Steph found, like, literally solved it for me, found a person that she had known years ago and whatever, and got me in touch. And then that person got me in touch. And then the Facebook thing cleared up. Thank God, because I was panicked about that. And so I'm so privileged and lucky to be able to give back to her and get her involved in this space. I've introduced her to a lot of cool people that I've known for a good amount of time, and Christian being one of them. And Christian has seen her on this show and World Girls, and she would come to me with me to tapings, and she's been getting more involved in watching Schmodown stuff and is just like really into it. You guys know she was a D1 athlete, so she's competitive and she loves this kind of shit. And yeah, when Kate needed to step away for one day for the show, Christian called Steph, and I was just like fucking here for it. He's called me a few times and asked me about her and like picked my brain about her. And she's so easy to recommend to anything. So it's awesome that we both get to push for each other all the time, because it's hard to do sometimes with friends that aren't on the same page as you. It's hard to recommend somebody just because they're your friend, because you don't know if they're going to get 110% or whatever. But she's not just my friend, she's my business partner. So I know her. I know where her heart is. I know what her work ethic is. I know how hard she shows up. And I know she's a perfect pick and fit for SEN. She's going to fit right the fuck in. People are going to fall in love with her. And this is just going to next level her. She's going to get those followers. And then that's going to hopefully bring more followers and eyes and ears to the stuff that we do together. So always a quick lesson in like rooting for your people and trying to help them out. And hopefully that comes back for you. But even if it doesn't, that's not the point of it. So yeah, very, very excited about it. And Steph's the fucking shit. Everybody in here. Steph is so great. PLD says, excited for Steph. Jonathan says, Steph is GOAT. Haskell says, PLD. Yeah, PLD is dope too. Glenn says, thumbs up for Steph on SN Live. Yes, congratulations, says Jonathan. Women supporting women, says Brandy. Totally, Brandy. And it's not enough to just like say it. You got to do it. So that's the thing. Bruce says she's going to blow up. Watch 100%. I agree. I mean, I think Steph's a fucking goddamn star. She's incredible and really like, she's got a great producer's mind and then is a talented host. And those things together, it's just really exciting. Oh, yeah, Winston, we're always the last to know. The people on the show never know shit. I didn't know the RB3 was leaving until we were on air. Winston says, oh shit, what? I want to do a Steph show. I know she's on Mondays though, Winston. That's not when you and I are on. Because I'm on Tuesdays. You're usually on Tuesdays too, right? Do you get 2 days or 1 day? I only get 1 day. Christian was like, you only can do 1 day. I was like, that's not true. I can do more days. He was like, oh, well, we'll keep you to 1 day for now. I was like, word. Christian's the fucking best, though. I'm so happy that he's bringing Steph in, which is, yeah, she's a perfect fit. So anyway, check her out on Mondays. In case you guys don't know her interests that well or haven't been watching her on this show, I'm sure you guys have, but she's like big Star Wars nerd, into anime, super like passionate about all the things she talks about, Japanese, Armenian, mixed Middle Eastern, culturally sound as a rock, just like fucking great. So yeah, Winston has at least 2 days. Damn you, Winston. How do I get your level? Yeah, and I got, you're mentioning Ryan also, Garth, and I got Ryan that gig too. So I'm feeling good about working for my friends this week. But what goes around comes around. Speaking of Winston in the chat, Winston got me an awesome one-off gig the other week that I shot. That was really fun too. Just all trying to help each other out all the time. It's really important to not get into it's only me mindset when there's room for all of us at the top. Anyway, going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see what's going on in here. Glenn Caesar says, oh, thank you so much for the support, Glenn Caesar. Hello, Roxy. Love you. Happy World Girl Wednesday. As always, thanks for hanging out with us today and giving us quarantine episode 248. No way. You're a trooper for keeping your promise. I know it's been a real challenge at times to find time to fit the show in. Thanks for being a real ride or die friend to all of us rock stars. 2, you're the best. Stay superific, RJ and rock stars. As I said yesterday, this community is the best place to be, especially as the holiday season is pretty much here. Glad to be a rock star. RJ, hope you and the rock stars have a joy-filled rest of your day, your week, your month, and your year. Peace, love, bunnies, and hugs to you all. I hope you can enjoy some much-deserved time with your family and friends, just loving and laughing. Hashtag smash cancer. Glenn, you're amazing. Thank you so much for that support. I really need it. I am going to be going home tomorrow, so I'm not sure when I'm going to stream. I just know that I will be streaming. So I think it's going to be wicked early in the morning. Might be from the road. We'll do the best we can, guys. But I will be going up. It'll be a short show, but I'll pop in, say hello, get it done. Winston says Tuesday and either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Winston, he likes you better than me. This is why I always say if somebody gets fired first, it's going to be me. But I don't know. We're not the highest on the totem pole. It goes like Christian, Brett, Roca, Kate. Who else am I missing? Winston, me. Who am I? Oh, Sabrina. I don't know where she is on the totem pole with Christian and with SEN. She hasn't been around for that long, so she might be lower on the totem pole than me, but she's also loved by the fans so much she might be higher. She might be between me and Winston, or she might be after me. We're not very high, though. We're not very high. I'm missing Ben. Oh, Goddard. Goddard is higher than us on the totem pole. Goddard's higher than Winston and I on the totem pole, I think. Maybe between us. Yeah, somewhere in there. Riley? Is Riley on the show? I know he pops in sometimes, but Bateman? He's not on the show. He does his own show. I think Riley and Bateman like pop in every like few weeks, right? Or are they there more often? I don't know shit. What the fuck do I know? That's the point. At the end of the day, what the hell do I know? LOL girl, I was just on the one-day rotation. You were doing Vagina Live. Yeah, I was doing Vagina Live, and then I got fired. It was dope. Party. Rock on. Vagina Live, the best show on the YouTubes. It's a whole fucking thing. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. D-Train says, I'd like you to choose between characters from Breaking and Ozark. Characters from Breaking and Ozark. Do you mean Breaking Bad? Who were the better characters? Walter White or Marty Bird? Skylar White or Wendy Bird? Jesse Pinkman or Ruth Langmore? Okay. Between Walter White or Marty Bird, by the way, between Ozark and Breaking Bad, I love Breaking Bad. I might even like Ozark better. I don't know. They're very close. I love Ozark so much. I do think Walter White's a better character than Marty Bird. I think that Wendy Bird is a better character than Skylar White. And I think that Jesse Pinkman and Ruth Langmore are like dead ass even. Ruth is so good. But Jesse's fucking Jesse. It's a tough call. Interesting one, though. You guys let me know what you think. Eric Zeb 1982, 1982 in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, hey, Roxy, a friend, Dave, wanted me to reach out to you. He has YouTube show Vodka Stream. He has had a wide range of guests. Is Twitter and YouTube channel is below if you're interested in doing a show. Oh, I can't look at that right now because I'm live on air, but like maybe DM it to me or leave it as a comment on the show or something so I can look at that later because I don't know. But yeah, thank you. Thanks so much. Bad Rabbit in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, I think it's a scale. I couldn't have sex with extreme on either side. I don't find fantasism sexy. Yeah, fanaticism sexy. Sorry, not fantasism. I couldn't have sex with an extreme Republican. I think I could have sex with an extreme Democrat. Depends what extremes you mean. Like what kind? Show me your extreme. Must know. Oh, Swaggy Blur says Bateman once a month, Riley's on Fridays. Okay, so on the poll, I mean, Ben is super high. Christian and Ben are like butt buddies, I think. But he's still below Brett. But probably before Roca. And then Riley's really high too. Yeah, Winston, we're very far down. We're very far down. You're not as far down as I am, though, Winston. But we're not towards the top. Just being honest with us. Ah, Glenn says, Rena, Riley, Roca, Roxy, and Cody, and Alex. Such a classic song. That crew is so dope. Y'all were killing the game. Yeah, that was a good show for the 4 weeks that it lasted. It was dope. It was really dope. This is just my opinion on where we are in the totem pole, by the way. We don't actually know. We should ask Christian sometimes. Apollo 3 JP says, I think choosing not to sleep with someone based on political views is a personal choice. I have people in my life who have been together for decades and disagree politically. Yeah, I also think it depends on how much it fucking matters to you. Like, to me, nothing to me matters more than human rights. Nothing to me matters more than that. So, like, I could not sleep with somebody who doesn't have the same thoughts with me on that. Just straight up couldn't. Nope. Not for me. Not for me. Chrissy in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strauss. I just want to show some support to counter the hate. I feel the same way, by the way. Keep on being awesome. Yes, Chrissy, Slay Bay. Slay Bay. What? Apollo 3JP again says, I think the hard stance of not sleeping with someone based on politics is very much a recent thing, maybe the past 10 years or so. It's a side effect of the polarization of our society is going through politically. Just my opinion. Do you, girl? Yeah, I do agree with that. I'm not saying that there was no point in my life I ever would have slept with a Republican. I'm saying that if you voted for Trump in this election, you're not coming inside me. And that's what I'm saying. And I'm allowed to say that because my vagina, my body. Thank you. Morse code Z in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strauss said, of course you have the right to choose who you want to be with, but I am surprised you're surprised by the trolls reacting. You don't deserve it, but trolls are everywhere. But grats on getting the Quibi clips. Thank you. Yeah, I wish they were higher quality. I do have this other one I want to drop about my body, my choice, but now it seems like a little aggressive. Maybe I'll do it in a month or so. Garth Harkness McMurray in the Streamlabs says, I would never have sex with someone if I knew they were a Trump supporter. However, I have had many times where I've had sex with women and then later found out our political/religious beliefs were very different and we broke up. Ignore the haters. See, for me, again, because you guys know I don't sleep with people often, if I'm getting to the point where I'm having sex with somebody, I already know politically where they lie. Like, there would never be a later on I figured out, because like I have to know that before I'm doing the deed. Yeah, for sure. Gavin, my hero, my knight in shining armor, comes into the super chat, says, I wish I had seen those stupid comments. Personally, as long as my partner's views fall in line with human decency, I don't factor in politics to it. I feel like human decency and politics are so aligned these days, though. There's like so much crossover between those two things. Or at least I believe so. Yeah. And Lauren in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, just showing up to show some support. Hope you have a nice visit home. And yay for Steph. Can't wait to see her on SCN Live every week. Me too. She's going to kill it. And yeah, I'm excited to go home. I go home tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Hey, Roxy, sorry for going off topic, but any thoughts on what the Celtics might do tonight? I can always count on Trader Danny to have a trick up his sleeve. I'm not sure if anything substantial will occur. The hair looks great. Thank you, Leonard Kim. I'm not sure. I've been following my brother's thoughts on it because you guys know he's much smarter about this stuff on social media. If you guys follow him at Jet Stryer, he can give you some insight. It seems like there's a lot of speculation going on, but not quite sure. I definitely will be keeping up with it even while we're doing Pictionary and figuring out what's going on. So it's a good question. And anybody else who has any thoughts on this, I would love to hear from you guys about what you believe that the Celtics are going to be doing. Rob says, whoa, chat disappeared there. Where'd it go? Where did you go? Where'd you go, my room? Okay, just singing to myself. Bad Rabbit in the Streamlabs. Well, like there was a group of pro-choice women who smeared their period blood on the male statues around town. That was a little too extreme for me personally. Agree with the message, not the method. I mean, I don't know that I would sleep with one of them either, but I would be more willing to sleep with one of them than somebody who didn't believe that I should have access to birth control. So, you know, it's just sometimes you got to make those tough choices in life. Or you could have sex with neither of them because your body, your choice. Keep letting me know if you're watching this after the fact or whatever. Would you have sex with somebody in a different political party for you, or if they had strongly different political beliefs than you? Where is that line for you? Would love to know more. We have 162 people watching live right now, 94 thumbs up. Get those thumbs going. Get those Streamlabs in. Get those super chats in. All that great stuff. And also, in the super chat, Glenn Caesar said, from Dwayne Burke, Roxy, I'll DM you about it later. It might have a way to get a higher quality screen recording. I tried to even mirror it to my computer. That didn't work. You couldn't record the screen. They have like super high technology on it. So maybe, Dwayne, that would be awesome. But just let me know. Let me know. Also wanted to give shout outs because, as you guys know, I am officially now available on all podcast platforms. One of those being Apple Podcast, which apparently is the only one that you are able to leave a comment on, which is so bizarre. I don't know why Spotify doesn't let you do that, but I did let everybody know that I would give you a shout out if you left a comment this week. And that's not just for today, that's for this whole week. So please leave these comments. It makes all the difference. We currently have 16 ratings on here, which is awesome, and a few comments and 5-star average. I will take it, my loves. Although one person did give me a 4-star, and that person is Longhorn 512, who gave me 4 stars and said, welcome, rock stars. Every day, Roxy keeps us informed on current events. I like her point of view and her advice. I guess he was just like, she's a 4-star kind of bitch. Can't give her that 5th star, which is totally fine. Always honest from Mick Murray 110. I've been a fan of Roxy Strife for years because she's always honest. That is true. Like it or not, I always tell my truth. Marvel Fan 33 says, never miss a show. I really appreciate how you've had a show each day since quarantine started. I'll always look forward to seeing what you will discuss each day. Who knew today I was going to be discussing who are you boning? The important things, am I right? JGSW says, great content. Roxy's been a constant voice and presence since the start of pandemic. It's great to have something to look forward to each day. She has a great community of listeners as well. Thanks, Roxy. Thanks, JG. Nate Egger says, great show by a great host. Roxy does an excellent job breaking down the latest politics, news, and information, all while coming across as a genuine and personable person. Though having never met her, after watching the show on the YouTube, she makes you feel like you actually know her. As a longtime fan, I highly recommend giving that a listen. So cool, Nate. You rock. I really appreciate you. Shad Keon Burgeon says, excellent show. Oh, Keon, hey, I didn't know your first name was Shad. Excellent, well-informed show with an excellent informed host, always up to date on the latest topics, always providing positivity for others, and just an all-around great person. Much love to you. You're awesome. Appreciate it. Oppie M. Wright. I love how many people are in here that I'm like, I don't even know if these are my people in the chat or what, but this is awesome. So Oppie says, most genuine person I listen to. You know exactly where Roxy stands on pretty much everything after just a few shows. Wears her heart and intelligence on her fabulous sleeve. Always a great time at the Roxy. You're freaking awesome. You guys are so great. I'm loving these. King Bean 12 says, great show. Live at the Roxy is a great show. She's entertaining and has a ton of hot takes regarding her movies. If you're looking to get away from the 2020 madness for just a little, give this show a whirl. What? I love when you're incorporating both of my passions, World Girls and Live at the Roxy. My mom thinks I'm handsome, says, I'm always here for some Roxy. Love the pot and keep up the good work, Roxy. Not only does your mom think you're handsome, but all the rock stars think you're handsome also. And Glenn71779, assuming this is our dear friend and mascot, Glenn Caesar, says, sit back, chill out, and just enjoy. Regardless of whether Roxy's geeking out with us over the latest movie trailers and casting news, breaking down what happened in the latest episode of her favorite TV show, or just shooting the breeze while calling all of her off-the-wall questions, or giving us some helpful advice on how to feel or get 1% better every single day, it's always a good time live at the Roxy. It's the best place to be, so come join the band and become a rock star too. You won't regret it. Hell yeah. Keep those comments going, guys. I really appreciate it. Much love to you all. You are so incredible. Such wonderful support. I physically couldn't do this without you, but you guys already know that. And those comments mean the world to me. Anybody else who leaves a comment, you will get a shout out. But also shout out for everybody in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. PC says, Roxy, I totally get you. I don't sleep with rude people, Eagles fans, or Card fans. Just a turn off, LOL. Totally your prerogative, PC. If you don't want to sleep with an Eagles fan because that doesn't turn you on, then guess what? You don't get to sleep with an Eagles fan. And am I going to sit here and be like, that's ignorant? No, because your body, your choice. That's how this shit works, motherfuckers. Come on. Just do it. All right, moving forward to a couple other things I wanted to talk about in the show today. You know, what we haven't talked about yet is this Harry Styles situation. For anybody who doesn't know, Harry Styles was on the cover of Vogue this week, and it was a very controversial appearance. It was controversial because people made it controversial. It shouldn't actually have been controversial because what he did was wore a dress on the cover, and he wore several dresses, and people thought that that was cray cray. And not everybody thought that, but you know who did think that? Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro. It's such a bummer anytime I bring them up because on this show, I feel like the majority of the time I'm just standing up for Black women and Jewish people. And Candace Owens is a Black conservative woman, and Ben Shapiro is a Jewish conservative person. And I can't stand up for either of them because they do shit like this that makes me want to fucking punch them in the face. Harry Styles was just minding his own business on the cover of Vogue, wearing a dress, and Candace tweeted some egregious thing about how where are all the manly men, and she misses the manly men, and Ben Shapiro agrees, and they talked about Eastern versus Western society, and that this has gone too far, and yada yada yada. What the flying fuck? I mean, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? By the way, in case you didn't see it, this is a picture, or one of the pictures of the dresses that Harry Styles wore. Harry was talking about how he's always liked to play around with what he's wearing. He enjoys playing around with what he's wearing, and it's just fun for him. Who cares? How does this make him less manly? How does it mean anything? He's just a dude in a dress. We're in 2020. This is what we're fucking talking about? It's just so stupid. To go to the original tweets that were said, and then Winston saying you saw what she tweeted at 1 a.m. before that, right? No, I didn't see that, Winston. You got to let me know what that is, or I can try to look it up as well. But in case you guys, again, didn't see this, let's see. What exactly? I took screen grabs because I was like, usually people end up taking these things down, but not Candace and not Ben. She said, there is no society that can survive without strong men. The East knows this. In the West, the steady feminization of our men at the same time that Marxism is being taught to our children is not a coincidence. It's an outright attack. Bring back manly men. The fuck, Candace? And then Ben Shapiro quote tweets his BFF Candace and says, this is perfectly obvious. Anyone who pretends that it is not a referendum on masculinity for men to don floofy dresses is treating you as a full-on idiot. What? So anyway, that happened a few days ago, and I talked about it also on Only Stupid Answers with DJ Wooldridge yesterday. By the way, check that out. I'm back to doing OSA with him. And then since then, Logan Paul dropped his podcast, and Logan Paul actually stood up for Harry Styles, which I was surprised about because Logan Paul and I disagree on pretty much everything. But he said, what part about this makes him not manly? That he's comfortable in his own skin? How is that not manly? And I couldn't agree more. It just was like, Logan Paul, you're right. Words that I don't say often. You're right. This shows he's super comfortable in his own skin. He's on the cover of Vogue in these, what are they, avant-garde dresses or like colonial time dresses? I don't even know what they are. I don't even particularly like the dresses, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's a cool shot. It's a cool picture. He's out in the open pasture, and he's being Harry Styles, and he's living for himself, and he's laughing straight to the bank. And I don't think he gives a flying fuck. But it was cool to see Logan Paul do the right thing for one time and go up against his bros. In case you've ever watched the show, he's just got bros on all sides. And the bros are like, bro, so you don't think this is manly, bro? You're honestly telling me this is manly, bro? And he's like, bro, honestly, you don't think this is manly? He's comfortable in his own skin. You don't think this is manly, bro? Like, that's legit how they talk. All right. Winston says she deleted it quickly, but after the internet is forever. All right, Winston just texted me. What did Candace say? And when is this? Is this before or this is after? She said, yes, my husband did cheat on me with my brother. Yes, he said no when I asked to join them. Wait. Is this a real fucking tweet? There's no fucking way. He said she deleted it quickly thereafter, but the internet is forever. I haven't been able to 1,000% verify, but talk about drawing attention away if it's true. It was before. Can that be real? I don't know. Somebody tell me if this shit is real. Fuck, it sucks how much I dislike Candace Owens, and it sucks how much I dislike Ben Shapiro. Like, Black women and Jews don't get voices that often. Can we just give them to the ones that don't sound like them? Come on. Why? So many questions now, says Rob Fishbeck. Ben says, Logan Paul was right about something. I guess he'll froze over since we agree on something. Oh, hell froze over. I was like, he'll froze over? Yeah, hell did freeze over because I'm with you, Logan Paul. I'm with you. Yes, I said that out loud. It's a weird-ass day. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Garth Harkness McMurray says, I'm so happy you get to come home and visit family this week. I live near Newton, and it's not that bad during the day, but gets chilly at night if you go outside for a walk. I hope you pack some winter clothes. Sad you'll be quarantined and can't go to Anna's. I think I'm going to go pick up Anna's or have my dad grab me Anna's because I don't have a car or whatever, because I need Anna's taqueria. And I'm excited, too. I'm really nervous about it. I got this face shield. I've got my N95. I've got all my shit going down. I'm just going to wear like layers on layers and ditch them as I go. Not really like that. Brittany says, Harry is non-binary, so it's messed up not to be accepting, in my opinion. I didn't know that Harry Styles was non-binary. I didn't know that. Not that it makes a difference, but I mean, not that it makes a difference on how I feel about him, but I just have never heard that. Okay. Winston says, Broken Clock is right twice a day. Logan Paul was pro BLM and said, can't just be not racist, gotta be anti-racist. Yes, sometimes he does shit that's legit, and then sometimes he goes to the suicide forest. Like, if he could just be cool all the time, then it would be so much cooler. That's how I feel about so many people. Like, if you could just be cool all the time, or at least 90% of the time, then I'm in with you. And I want to root for you. I want to root for everybody. Just make it easy for me to do so. You make it so challenging. Why? Why do you do that? Speaking of people that I root for, Colin Kaepernick, guys. Colin Kaepernick has a series that's coming out. I believe it's called Colin in Black and White. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. But interestingly, today he cast Mary-Louise Parker and Nick Offerman to join the show. Not him in the show because it's a younger him. And I have to say, he couldn't have picked two actors that I live for more. I love Nick Offerman and Mary-Louise Parker. Mary-Louise Parker from Weeds, obviously, but also I saw her on Broadway in Hedda Gabler, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. And she blew it out of the park. Knocked it out of the park. Blew it out of the water. Blew it out of the park sounds like a sex thing. She didn't blow anything out of the park. And Nick Offerman could not be more talented. I watched his movie last year, Hearts Beat Loud, or whatever that was. It was really sweet, endearing movie, but also obviously being a huge Parks and Rec fan, I think that he is fantastic. And apparently they are the parents in the series. So coming from Deadline, it says Mary-Louise Parker and Nick Offerman have been tapped to star on the adoptive parents of activist and former star NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick in the Netflix limited series Colin in Black and White from Kaepernick and Oscar nominee and Emmy winner Ava DuVernay. Created by Kaepernick and DuVernay and written by Emmy nominee Michael Starbury, the 6-episode Colin in Black and White will provide an introspective look at Kaepernick's adolescent years as a Black teen growing up with a white adopted family. It was previously announced that Jaden Michael will star as Colin Kaepernick during his formative high school years. I'm really excited for this series, and I'm excited for Colin Kaepernick to get his dues. Like, he's paid his dues, now let's give it to him. He fucking did the damn thing. This guy's a star. I know I've said that a couple times on the show today, but I'm excited for this show. I'm excited that he's picking really talented actors. I'm excited that Ava DuVernay is attached to this, and I just can't wait to watch this. Also, I always spell Colin with 2 L's, so I don't even know if I put it in the headline of this video, but if I did, or in the tweet, it's always blow that. My bad, peeps. My bad. Yeah, who's excited about this show? Who's going to be watching this? Who's a Mary-Louise Parker fan? Who is a Nick Offerman fan? I think we're all Colin Kaepernick fans. And that brings me to, as I like to say on this show, our next topic. Yeah. This will be our last thing before we get out of here. Apparently last night, it was FDA approved to have at-home COVID tests. So these are tests that are prescription tests. You have to get prescribed by a doctor, and you pick up an at-home kit where you get your prescriptions. And the at-home kit, you do the swab, and then you put it in this like juice thing. It's not juice, but you know what I mean. And in 30 minutes, it tells you whether you have COVID or not. That to me sounds like a massive, massive advancement in what we will be able to do. Now, I know testing is not everything, and I know results do not mean that you are negative, especially when you are not, when you were exposed very recently. But I will say that this could kind of change the game for a lot of people. And I'm excited to look more into this and hope that this allows people to test themselves more frequently. It would be really, really incredible. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on with it. I think that was pretty much it. I think that's what it is. It's a at-home COVID test, and that you have to get it prescribed because they're saying that it's for emergency purposes only, because probably they don't have enough for it just to be for everybody all the time. COVID at-home test. It's fun when you guys watch me Google this, right? FDA authorizes first rapid COVID-19 self-testing kit at home for diagnosis. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has issued an emergency use authorization for first self-test for COVID-19 that can provide rapid results at home, because there's other ones that you have to send them into the lab, but this is all just for you. The Lucira COVID-19 all-in-one test is a molecular singular use test available by prescription for self-diagnosis of the coronavirus, the agency said on Tuesday. So this was last night. The rapid test utilizes a molecular amplification technology to detect the virus in people with known or suspected COVID-19 and can return results in 30 minutes. This is coming from the FDA. Molecular COVID-19 test searches for the signs of coronavirus genetic material. And this is the quote from FDA Commissioner Dr. Stephen Hahn, who said, while COVID-19 diagnostic tests have been authorized for at-home collection, this is the first that can be fully self-administered and provide results at home. The new test, which uses self-collected nasal swab samples, is authorized for people 14 and older with suspected COVID-19 and people under 13 when performed by a healthcare provider. It also authorized for use in point of care settings such as doctors' offices, hospitals, urgent care centers, and emergency rooms for all ages, but must be collected by a health care provider, the FDA said. The new testing option is an important diagnostic advancement to address the pandemic and reduce the public burden of disease transmission. What do you guys think about this? Are you surprised to hear this? Would you be interested in doing this yourself? Would you be concerned about the accuracy of it? I don't know that it announced what the exact accuracy is, as we've heard that other accuracies now are at 95%. So, well, I guess we'll just have to see. We'll have to wait and see. But how do you guys feel about it? Let me know. Glenn Caesar said, RJ, do we know where is the Colin Kaepernick series going to be airing? Yeah, it's going to be a Netflix show. It's going to be airing on Netflix, which most of us have. So that's nice too, that we don't have to get one of those random ass fucking streaming services, as there's like 400 of them right now. Gavin says, I went on a date years ago where my date expressed that she thought Daniel Day-Lewis was overrated. Couldn't get past it. My body, my choice. LOL. Straight up, Gavin. If you don't want to fuck them for whatever reason, guess what? You don't have to. Man, woman, non-binary person, all of us get to make our own decisions on who we enter or who enters us, consensually, of course. So there is that. All right, got to get out of here. I got some schmo-downing to do. Can't tell you more about that, but, send out those good vibes for me. Much love to the people. I will be back tomorrow. Again, it will likely be very early in the morning, either on my way to the airport or as I'm getting ready or while I'm running around my room or something. It'll probably only be a 15-minute stream, but I'm not leaving you guys a fucking loan. If I don't get to it in the morning, it's going to have to be when I land at night. So I'll keep you guys posted, or maybe while I'm at the airport. Do you think I'll get service there? It just seems like I just want to avoid all COVID risks. So I'm just going to be like hiding in a little shell. Stay safe, stay sane. Remember about those toilet plumes. Don't forget, you get to choose who you want to have sex with, no matter what other people tell you. Let me know what you're feeling in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And of course, on Apple Podcasts, that's where I'm looking for those comments right now. And right here in the YouTube, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know how you're doing. If you're not watching this live, feel free to Streamlabs in. I'll read it for tomorrow's show. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Much love. See you tomorrow. Bye, homies. Oh, tonight, World Girls. World Girls tonight. Give Pictionary a whirl. Wednesday, 6 p.m. See you there.